and it's another room, and again I've not got makeup on because I'm just tearing things apart. Glad I don't have makeup on because I've had to use my gloves for this room. This is the room that is going to be the studio eventually, or the music room as Dan would like to call it, because it's going to house all these guitars. But in here I've just started stripping stuff down. Dan wants an exposed ceiling, so he's already done that bit. I'm not even going to show you the hole. Okay, I'll show you the hole. There's Dan's hole. But he wants like exposed beams because this bit used to be the garage, which is why it's got a sloping roof, you can see there. So it's all sort of beams along the top, and that's kind of what he wants in here. So I've said to him, you need to insulate it, because if you're playing guitar and you're playing it loud, insulate it. But yeah, he's going to have exposed beams and whatever else. But I've just been stripping the wall, so I've stripped this one, and I've stripped this one by the window, cleaned the window, cut the nets because they're horrible, but still need them up really. And then just trimmed the curtain because they were nasty. In that corner, that one there, this is the reason why I'm wearing my gloves, because in that corner it stank of cat pee. Now Hugo's very new to using a cat flap, so we've had to kind of prop it up a little bit so that he'll go out of it, then come back in and kind of get used to bopping it with his head and all that stuff. So we've been doing that with him, but little did we know, because he's just randomly started to get scared of the cat flap, and we're like, what? This is weird. There was a black and white cat, a very big, giant black and white cat that actually tried to get in yesterday. And I heard it before I saw it, stuck its head through the cat flap. And I know this is probably really mean, but I just got my spray bottle of water and I just sprayed it with water through the cat flap. I've not seen it since, and I hope I don't see it again for a little while, but it has been coming in. And I found Hugo's been neutered, so he doesn't spray. I've never known him to spray. He waggles his tail and does that weird thing, but he never sprays. But that other cat along the stairs, he'd actually sprayed, so he's obviously been in. And I've actually, when I moved Dan's guitars, I actually found bits of fresh spray from probably a couple of days ago, because it was sticky, on Dan's guitar cases. And I was like, it's been in the bloody music room. So I've been down into that corner, and there is just, it's soaked with pee. So I've got my gloves on, I'm ready to tackle it. I've already moved some bits and pieces that were sort of in that corner anyway, but I'm gonna get on, I'm gonna clear the music room. I want it nice and clean and clear and lovely and not smelling like cat pee by the end of the day. So fingers crossed I can get it done. I'm not going to leave this on because I'm sort of in and out, and I've got the mother-in-law coming over in a bit. So I'm going to get stripping, and I'll kind of show you the finished results as soon as I'm done. So cool, I'll see you in a bit. Bye! Hello everyone! So I'm back, and the room that I'm actually in, you are probably not going to recognise. Again, I apologise for the echo. I do have a paintbrush in my hand. My hair is terrible. My makeup is from yesterday, so just ignore that. Dan is actually upstairs doing the skirting board in the dressing room, which I'm so excited about. But behind me you can see a red wall. So I'm actually in the studio. We have made some complete enough headway since we were looking at Cat Pee Corner, which is down there, so behind me. But it is almost all red. And the reason I have a paintbrush in my hand with white on it is because I am literally just finishing off the floor. So we have come quite a long way from what it actually looked like. I will just pop a little picture up here so you can actually see the original image of what it was like when we moved into the property. And it was purple and it was horrendous. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn the camera around, and I'm just going to show you what we've actually started to do, and then I can show you the paint that we actually used for the walls and the paint that we've got on the floor, and also explain why some of the walls are grey at the moment. That's very interesting. So I'll just sort of show you the things that I've done and then come back to paint. So here we go, here's the room. We do have whirring because the fan's on over there. We still have no heating, but oh well, that's going to be fixed in the next couple of weeks. It's very dark because the ceiling's actually down, and that's where the light was. We are actually going to put, I don't know, some spotlights in. This is actually what it looks like now. I've taken the ceiling down, but up here we're going to put some posters. We're going to leave that exposed brick, tidy all of this bit up here, pop some posters and bits and pieces up there, try and hide this cable here, put some spotlights on it, so it's going to look nice. Obviously we're going to insulate between these beams, that one,
and that one over there, all the way down to the wall here. Got some plastering to do there, but it looks a little bit different compared to what it did. That was Cat Pee Corner, no longer Cat Pee Corner. And I am just finishing off a second coat of white. You can see a bit of a difference there. I decided to do the first bit first, and then we could have walked over it and whatever, it's just sealed it a bit. But this is actually the colour that I am using, which is self-cleaning masonry paint from B&Q or Home Depot if you're in America or Canada. I think it's their own brand, which is Good Home, which is a new one, and actually it's really, really good. It does actually say on the back, let me, I've used half of it already because I did use it outside. There we go, just 2 coats, and 2 coats gives you, I think it's a 20-year guarantee, which is absolutely brilliant. It just says to use it within 1 year of opening, so obviously I've used half of it, which is brilliant. But yes, that is my lovely masonry paint. I mean, eventually the floor we are going to put a carpet down, but at the minute, just due to having to get this new boiler, which we didn't realise we'd need, we are just having to paint it, and we're going to just pop a rug on top of it. But the first coat was really good. It did protect the concrete a little bit, and it should help it be a bit more water resistant as well. So I know that when you put, banging, that's down upstairs, when you actually do put carpet on top of concrete, you have to have a special underlay for it, because concrete actually does soak up moisture. So I'm hoping that this will prevent that and just protect the concrete for a little bit longer. But we are a little bit messy sort of down here, but that's okay because we're actually going to be painting this skirting grey. All the other skirting in the house we are actually changing to the skirting that's going in upstairs. But this room, because it is going to be a music room and a studio and a bit of a knockabout space, there's going to be things on the walls. We just thought, well, we'll leave this for now and we'll just paint it. So, but we are getting there very, very slowly. So this is the grey wall that I was talking about. So you can see the difference. But the reason why we have painted grey here and along here and down here is because we actually found that when we took the wallpaper off, there was some sort of like green paint underneath it, or lining paper or something. And if you actually look at that wall, I don't know if you can see on here, you've got the odd patches there. So that was one of the walls where we didn't actually put an undercoat on it, and you can still see that come through. I think there's about 3 coats on that, and it really, really annoyed me. So we decided to use a cheap paint that I actually got discounted at B&Q, and we've just decided to paint over it so you can actually barely see. You can kind of see it coming through here, look, the horrible yellowy greeny colour. But that's kind of neutralised it compared to what it was, so we should only need 2 to 3 coats of the red on that bit, and then it'll be all nice and vibrant and lovely. But that's all that. So I will go for colours. So the undercoat that we actually used was discounted, and it is Alfie by Colours. So it was £10, very, very cheap. Helps disguise surface imperfections, which is brilliant because that's kind of what it was, even though it wasn't. And then the red that we've used is Chelsea Matte by Good Home again. So that's, I think that is B&Q's own brand. But that has been absolutely brilliant, and it's an absolutely beautiful colour. So if you are looking for red, I would highly recommend it. If you are covering over things like that, I would suggest doing an undercoat of something really cheap that you can get. But that grey seems to hide a multitude of sins. But if you like grey, there you go. There's a lovely little grey for you. But what I'm actually planning on doing, I'll just show you this. There are 2 pots there, and that is going to be for the skirting board. I'm not actually going to paint the doors, I don't think. I'm going to leave those white, just because it's a bit weird having grey doors. It's odd. But this little tester here, that is one of the Good Home colours. And what I decided to do, it's called Sedona. And I'm going to actually mix that in with this grey slate, because I love this grey slate, but it's a little bit too light for what we want. And this Sedona is a little bit too dark, I think, and it's got a little bit too much kind of purpley blue in. So I'm going to mix 2 together and see how that comes out, but I can show you that another time. So that's it for my little renovation video today. Soon enough this studio will look very, very different, and I'll keep you up to date in regards to how we get on. But we do have annual leave in a couple of weeks, so we will be all hands on deck in this room and trying to get it done. We may not get the little sound booth up, which will be over there, but hopefully everything will be in this room. It'll all be completed by the end of that week. But if you are liking my renovation videos about my brand new house, do feel free to click the notifications button and subscribe down below so that you know every time I upload a brand new video. And soon enough I will be back in the kitchen doing some bakes and doing some more food hauls as well. But for now, we are all about this house renovation. So click the subscribe button and the notifications button, and I will see you in the next one.